Hey guys, so I've actually watched a lot of these mini tummy tuck videos, and I realized that what I was really looking for is like the before and afters. I really just wanted to see photos. So I figured I would just go ahead and get that out of the way. So the rest of the video will just be me talking of my experience, but I want to show before, which is now. This is the day of surgery. My plastic surgeon actually took that. And then this is 10 days post-op. So getting those out of the way so we can jump into the video.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today is surgery day for my mini tummy tuck. I know I said I would film a video in between my first initial consultation and me actually having the surgery, but I just never got around to it. But I figured I would just do a morning of and kind of like what is going into today, as well as measures I've had to take up until my surgery. So after I filmed that first video, I actually went in the following week, filled out all the paperwork, paid for the actual surgery, and got like a little handout of directions for instructions. I got my list of prescription medications I was going to be sent home with, and just some other like procedural information. For 2 weeks, I couldn't take any type of medication, so no aspirin, ibuprofen, anything at all, other than Tylenol, which is okay. I don't take any medicine anyway. But for 2 weeks before your actual surgery, you're not allowed to take anything. They actually gave me a list. Stop all. So these were all the medicines I'm not supposed to take for 2 weeks. But like I said, I don't take anything, so it really didn't affect me at all. I'm not allowed to eat or drink anything from last night at midnight up until my surgery, and I have to go in at 12:45, so I can't eat or drink anything. They actually said that they'll cancel the or reschedule the appointment if I end up eating or drinking anything, which is fine because I typically don't eat breakfast, so that's not the hard part for me. What is kind of hard is not having any water or coffee. I actually really like coffee too, but having any drinks or liquids, just because I'm used to that in the morning. So I haven't had anything. I will have a little sip of water with the medication that they instructed me to take, and they said I could have just a little sip of water with that. But other than that, I can't have anything. They said no lotions on, so I took a shower, and actually my hair is air drying. This is for another video, but I'm trying out a new hair product, so my hair is just air drying, so I know I look very rough, but that's for a different video. But I took a shower, got myself really clean because I don't anticipate showering again later tonight. And it might be a little bit, I don't know what tomorrow will look like. So I just went ahead, took a really good shower. And what else? Let's see. So no eating or drinking. I have to be there at 12:45. They said my surgery will be about 2 or 3 hours. So Han's gonna take me and pick me up, obviously. They did tell me to take 2 tabs of the pregabalin. I think that might be like an antibiotic. They also told me I could take Tylenol for pain. They did give me a little bit of pain reliever, and then ibuprofen if I needed that as well, and some nausea medicine just in case I needed that. So I do have quite a few prescriptions. I'm not sure if I'll use it or not. I have had 2 C-sections, and I didn't use any medicine other than ibuprofen for that, so I'm anticipating this might be a little less invasive than the C-section, so I'm hoping I don't need to take anything other than ibuprofen, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not also going to let myself be hurt. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for the morning. Like I said, I'll have you guys tag along with me as I actually go to the appointment, and probably after my surgery, what that entails as well. But right now it is 10:17, so I'll probably head out in maybe another hour and a half, head to the appointment. All right, guys, so I am getting ready to head out. I changed, so I figured I just wouldn't wear the robe, even though I wanted to, because I thought it was more comfy. Let me show you guys what I've decided to wear. They said loose clothing, no jewelry or personal items. So I just went with these Old Navy, I don't know, jogging shorts or athletic shorts. There's a lot of room here, so I figured they would be good. And then I also am wearing this Costco zip up. This was like $10, so I'm not really worried if there ends up being blood or something on it. I figured that I should wear something a little bit older just in case. I don't want to wear anything nice. So this is going to be my outfit. I don't have anything else on. I do have a wrist tie just in case they ask me to tie my hair up. I don't know what the procedure would be for that, but this is the only item I'm going to take in. And Han is going to start, I think in about 5 minutes, we'll start heading out to the office. The office is about 40 minutes away, so we'll get there, maybe 10-15 minutes early just so we can check in and be good. I did take my medicine, and I think after that I'm good to go. So just want to check in, show you guys what I'm wearing for the actual procedure. Hi everyone, so it is a lot later at night. It is 9:15. I don't know what I updated you guys on. Today has been a complete blur. So we got to the clinic around 12:20 and they took us back immediately, so that was awesome. We didn't have to wait. I had the tummy tuck. Han came and picked me up and I rested in our bed. We have one of the beds, or we have a bed that inclines, so he propped me up. My throat's a little sore. They said that the anesthesiologist said that the medication that they gave me will make my throat a little sore and hoarse for the next day or so. So I apologize if I'm talking quietly or my voice sounds different. But so we got there, I had my surgery, and Han picked me up. We came home and I pretty much just slept the entire day. I was getting up and walking. So we have a fairly large master bedroom. And so I would get up and just take small steps over to Han's closet and then come back. So I did that a few times, and I was drinking a lot of fluids. And I just felt nauseous. So I took some nausea medicine and went back to bed. And then I woke up around 8 and I had to use the restroom. So I went to the restroom and I just started feeling really woozy. So I ended up getting sick. And so we had to clean that up. I didn't have anything. It was just like water, but it was a lot of water. So after that, I felt a lot better. So I've been able to get up and walk around. I actually put my oldest son to sleep. He's very careful with me, so I knew I could lay next to him and he wouldn't touch anything. So I put him to sleep, and it was a very easy put down for him. And now I'm downstairs. I was reading the discharge paperwork. I do still feel a little nauseous, and I do have a drainage plug. I don't know if you guys, I don't want to gross you guys out, but I have been emptying this out. I have it around my neck. That's how they gave it to me. So I'm going to go back upstairs and rest. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day, so it is July 20th, 6:18 in the morning. I had a little bit of a restless night, but I think it was just because, I don't know, I slept a lot yesterday, so yesterday was a bit restless. I woke up this morning at like 5:18. Han actually went to James's room at 4:20, 4:25 this morning. James woke up and he was calling out for me, and so I tried to go in there, and Han was like, no, go get your rest, go get your rest. So he kind of like pushed me out, and not physically, but just kind of like, told me I needed to go back to the room. And so he took care of James. It looks like James fell back asleep. So when I woke up, everybody in the house was still sleeping. It's been about 15 hours post-surgery. How do I feel? I feel nauseous. They did give me some anti-nausea medicine, but it's really, it doesn't taste that great, to put it lightly. So I'm not taking that. I took ibuprofen yesterday at 2 o'clock in the morning. I actually came downstairs and took oxycodone, just one, obviously. I was feeling okay. I don't feel that bad, but I just didn't want to wake up in the morning and like be in pain with the boys around. So I just did it as a pre-measure to make sure that I felt okay. Because, with my boys and stuff, they know I had a surgery, or Christian does at least. But I just don't want to be like, mopey or anything like that. So I took it. I think that might be what gave me the nausea. I probably won't take it again just because I'm not super uncomfortable. I haven't peeked at it or anything, haven't checked out what it looks like underneath my little, I'm actually wearing a like belt, or like a compression belt that they sent me home with. So I haven't peeked at anything underneath. So the boys are gonna wake up probably in the next 10 minutes. I'll get them fed or they'll come downstairs. And then they go to daycare about 7. So once they head off, Han will drop them off and then I'll get back in bed and rest some more. But I was just feeling restless and I was kind of tired of sleeping. So I figured I'd just come downstairs and move around a bit. So I'll be with them and then go back upstairs and rest them. Hey everybody, so it's the second day, a little bit before 7 p.m. We are driving back home from my post-op appointment. Everything went really well. The doctor was very impressed with everything. He told me he took off 2 liters of fat yesterday from the liposuction. And I have a follow-up appointment next Friday at 8 a.m. where he takes out the drainage tubes. And he did instruct me to purchase a faja, which is like a compression garment. So before I actually had this procedure, I bought a belly band thinking, or like a postpartum belly band thinking that that would be sufficient enough. But it turns out that I actually need a full garment, so something that goes up above, like right below my breast and goes right by my thigh, just so that it keeps everything compressed. And then he also suggested or highly recommended that I buy a lipo board, so to stick the lipo board in between the compression belt and my stomach. But he took off all the bandages and everything looked good. Obviously I'm swollen and bruised, but I'm clear to take a shower, so I'm very much looking forward to showering tonight, kind of washing off all the Sharpie marker on my belly, and you know, just to feel clean and refreshed. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about my mini tummy tuck. I am officially 10 days out from the surgery. I am feeling a lot better, and I am very happy so far. So I took some video of surgery day. I think I got the post-op appointment the day after, and I'm not exactly sure what I filmed in that time. It kind of got all blurred together for me. So I'll just go ahead and kind of talk through the whole entire process. So Tuesday afternoon, midday actually, was my appointment. It was at 12:45. I was instructed to take a medication prior to going in. So I was only supposed to have a little bit of water with it. I wasn't supposed to eat or drink anything past midnight the night before. I took it and I started feeling like real woozy. I started thinking maybe I could be like dehydrated. I was like trying to make sense of why I was feeling so loopy. But when I got called into the room and they were like asking me questions, have you eaten, have you had anything to drink and everything, she did ask me, did you take, that prescription? I said I did. And she goes, are you feeling it? I said, is that what it was? Because I was feeling like real lightheaded and out of sorts, and I felt like I was like drunk or something. So that was an interesting medication I took. And then I had my procedure. I don't remember much of anything. I know I just kind of sort of have a memory of like getting up and walking towards Han, because Han dropped me off at the appointment and then he came and picked me up afterward. And I remember seeing him in like a big haze and I'm like, baby. And then they walked me to the car, but I don't remember really anything then other than baby. And I don't even remember being like conscious of saying that. It just came to me. So I went home. I slept pretty much that entire day. When I was awake, I was really nauseous. So my very first day and a half, I was really, really nauseous. Boys were really well taken care of by Hans, so they didn't really mess with me the very first couple days. Christian, my oldest, was very aware that I had surgery, and so he's very careful with me. And because James, my 2-year-old, follows everything Christian does, they took really good care of me and made sure that, like, to let mom rest. So that was nice. So the very first 2 days, I was really dizzy. I was nauseous. I made the mistake of taking ibuprofen instead of Tylenol. Not that it did anything, but my doctor kind of like slapped my hand and said, no, you take Tylenol. Ibuprofen is a blood thinner and can make your bruising more substantial. So I only had taken ibuprofen the day after. I'm trying to think. The second day, that night, I was a little more in pain than obviously the first day when you're still on a whole bunch of medication. So I did end up taking half a dose of oxycodone that they gave me, one of their pain pills. And then I felt fine. And that was only at nighttime, so I could sleep. And I've been sleeping on an incline, so our bed's actually inclined. So I slept kind of like upwards, and Han's a trooper. He slept with me that way, so I'm very thankful for him. We have a guest room. He could have slept there, but he slept next to me. What else? So my drainage. So I did have a surgical drain. That was I would say the most inconvenient thing out of all my surgery. So we drained it every few hours when we first came home. So when I went to my post-op appointment, doctor just took off all the bandages I had. The plastic surgeon took all the bandages off I had. Like I had this big old mesh on my belly. He took that off, and then he instructed me to get a faja, which I'm wearing, and a foam board. He also said that if I wanted to, I could get the, lipo boards, which go on your side, but I didn't get any flank work or back work done or anything. So I just went ahead and I opted to get a foam board. I actually bought 2. And then I bought 4 different fajas. So let's see. So I was instructed to start wearing that as soon as I got them in. So I got them on the 3rd day, and I immediately started wearing them. And that's when I really started feeling some pain. So what I would say was different from the C-section for me was, with my C-sections, you wear that belly band, and it feels good to wear that belly band. It feels like everything's being pulled in, and it just feels so much better than if you're walking around and you just feel like things are unsafe. So I really enjoyed wearing the belly band when I was postpartum. And I didn't have a surgical drain attached to me. So although the surgery of the lipo and the mini tummy tuck were less invasive, it was more inconvenient in that sense because I was so sore, and the garment did not hurt, but the belly board hurt. So the reason you wear the belly board is it keeps everything super flat. It's pretty much like a board on your stomach. It keeps everything flat so that your stomach doesn't kind of roll in or roll out, and then it causes like these creases in your stomach. Because of all the liposuction they did, your stomach or your skin is pretty much like putty right now. So you're really trying to force that skin to adhere back to the muscles and to firm up the correct way. And you don't want it to form back to the muscles with like divots or grooves, or, if you sit down and your belly kind of rolls over. They don't want that because that will be permanent. So it was really important to me that I got the belly or the lipo foam board for that reason. I really want to make sure my stomach is flat. So with that being said, it actually hurt because my ribs were still very bruised. My stomach still hurt, and having like this big plank on your stomach as it's trying to heal, it just was really uncomfortable. And then the drainage tube, that thing, every time I moved it, it kind of hurt in that area. And what I found was that my skin started wanting to adhere to the tubing. So it was every time I was moving that drainage, it would hurt so bad. So it was actually taken out today, thank goodness. But so although C-sections are more invasive and you're kind of down and out for a couple, like maybe, I think I was down for like 2 weeks or so, where I just wasn't able to lift things up or anything. This was more uncomfortable, if that makes sense. But I'm able to pick up James, my youngest, just fine now. Now that I'm kind of healing, I feel good again. My stomach just kind of feels like maybe I had a really tough ab workout. That's kind of what it feels like. But I feel good again. So yeah, recovery has been significantly easier towards day 5, specifically the afternoon of day 5. I really started to feel good again. I hadn't been taking medication for anything, but I just started to feel like I could do things again. And then now that the drain is out, I feel like I'm gonna be great now. Actually seen a couple of like post-surgery before and afters, and there's like a little bit of a bulge right before you get to the scar, just a little bit, like kind of healed, like concaved almost. And I was nervous if that was going to be the case for me, just because I have all these like straps on, like maybe the blood flow or something would cause it to be weird. I don't know. I just kind of got a little nervous about that, but he took it off, took the bandages off, and then he showed me with the mirror, and it's super flat. Obviously it is a scar from where they opened me up. It's an incision, but it looks good. And then he had me purchase some silicone cream, or it's actually tape to put on there, which I'll do starting next week with my follow-up appointment. So and I'm pretty hopeful about that. I've been seeing a lot of people using the silicone cream to help with scars. So healing, like I said, the first couple days I was super nauseous. I did have a headache on like the second day, but I think that might have been a caffeine headache. And then day 5, I really just started feeling like I was good to go. I could get out of bed quicker. I could get back in bed quicker. I could sit up and sit down quicker. Before that, everything needed to be like at an incline because my stomach would just hurt so bad. But now, like I said, I can kind of move up and down just fine. What else is there to talk about? So I plan to wear the faja for, he said, 6 weeks, but 24/7. I already knew that. I've been watching so many videos, but I want to make sure that I listen directly from my plastic surgeon, because there's a lot of information out there, and I just trust my doctor, you know, because he's the one who's seen my body and wants my results, you know. So I've been seeing and reading a lot, and I kind of figured it was going to be the 6 weeks, and sure enough, he said 6 weeks. And then after that, we would reassess. But I really like the faja. I think I can, when I get up in the morning or if I'm about to take a shower, I can just feel that it's just sucking me in. So I'm really happy about that. Now that the swelling and stuff is kind of going down, I just feel good about wearing my faja. I'm not that upset by having to wear it for 6 weeks or longer. I have lost weight. So when I went into my surgery last Tuesday, I was weighing 131 pounds. And to date, I'm 126. So I've lost 5 pounds since my surgery. I've been drinking a lot of water to like really flush out any fluids or anything with that drainage tube. And I've been walking around the house. I've been eating really clean, and I never really ate like horrible. But still, I just really want to see like the best results from this, like really recover the right way. So I've lost 5 pounds. I am clear to start getting back into the gym, nothing too extensive, but getting back into the gym and starting to work out at the 2-week mark, which is next week, which will be nice. And other than that, everything's really good. I'm sure I'm gonna do another follow-up video within, you know, I probably do a 6-week one, but I would say that the only thing I'm really still dealing with a bit is now that my stomach is starting to get the nerves back, I'm kind of getting itchy. I'm not scratching. I know not to scratch. I don't want to scratch. But underneath this is just really itchy under that foam board. And I did think it was maybe because of foam board. So I was trying to put like a shirt underneath and then put the foam board and then the compression garment, my faja. But, and faja is a compression garment, just so you guys know. Faja was a weird word. I didn't know what it was. Faja is the type of garment I have to wear for my tummy tuck. But the shirt underneath the foam board wasn't working. So I started like looking into it and everything, and it sounds like as your nerves come back, there might be some tingling, some, you know, weird sensations that happen just because your nerves are trying to make sense of everything that happened, or they're just coming back essentially. So I do have a bit of itchiness. That's pretty much my only symptom I have right now, 10 days out. Other than that, I am feeling really good. I'm not able to see the full results. I still am a little bit bruised and swollen, I'm sure. So I think 6 weeks is when I will be able to see, like, a pretty good idea of what it will look like. I heard it takes even 6 months to a year to see full results. So I'm just going to really focus on taking care of myself, doing the best I can to eat clean and be active as much as possible, drink lots of water, things that I should be doing anyway, but that I really want the best results from this because it was a $7,500 surgery. So I really need to make sure that I follow through on my end because my doctor, I think, did a phenomenal job with me, more than I thought, more than my expectation. I'm so happy to have picked him or found him. So I want to do my part to also make sure that my results are, perfect or, very close to that. My before and after, there's clearly a huge difference. And I am very happy and excited to see what the 6 week will look like and go from there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know that maybe this isn't for everybody, but I do not regret this. I'm really happy and, I'm doing really good. So until next week.